We're going to fall in love with this family. Let me tell you about him. A father of four faced one of the biggest challenges a parent could face. His youngest son, Kristian, was born with Down syndrome and then developed leukemia. That is when Dad turned to his faith and fancy footwork. You hear Kristian right now. And all of that guided him through. Take a look.
Well, that video viewed nearly 4 million times. And this morning, Kenny Thomas and his family, including young Kristian, join us to update us on his condition. Good morning to you. And good morning to all of you. So, Kenny, before we get to how he's doing this morning, first give me a little introduction of everybody on the couch.
All right, we have here first our oldest, which is Aliana. She's 15.
Hi.
And then we have Caleb, who's 10. And we have JV on here, who's 5. And then we have, of course, the queen, my wife, Jocelyn.
Can't forget Jocelyn. So how is Kristian doing this morning? Because when we introduced, this was about a year ago where we introduced everybody to you on our digital series. Ryan was our amazing producer, and he was still going through some chemo treatments at the time.
Yes, he is now cancer-free.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
15 months cancer-free.
All right.
Yes.
Fantastic.
That
When
is
you got the
something to
news, I mean, what did you first do?
Oh, danced.
Of course, right?
Yeah, we danced like a whole family. We actually posted a video with us dancing as a family in the hospital when we were about to leave.
So let me ask you, so dance has always been a big part of your life, right? You have your own dance company and studio as well. So this was a natural thing for you to kind of get everybody moving and shaking. But it wasn't until Janet Jackson got involved, right? You had a few thousand followers on Instagram, and then you just became a viral sensation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Janet Jackson and Sierra as well, too. They both, they just blew the video up. And after that, we just became an inspiration to so many people across the world. Now doing motivational speaking and sharing our story with, everyone and helping others.
I want to get to that motivational speaking in a minute, but Jocelyn, let me talk to you. Your husband's dancing really kind of helped heal the family through this journey, right?
Mm-hmm. It did. I would say that if we did it like a different way, if it wasn't the dancing involved and stuff like that, I think it would have been an emotional thing for us, like more emotional than not. It was emotional for me, because I'm more the emotional one, but I think it helped us because like the dancing set the atmosphere. We were always positive. It was always fun in the room. The nurses would come in and see and hear and be like, oh, we don't want to leave this room. Like, this is the fun room. Like, they absolutely loved being in our room because, he danced all the time. There was always positive music going on. So everyone that came in just felt our atmosphere was positive and fun all the time.
Well, I think when you go to a hospital, sometimes you don't think that's the setting and that's the atmosphere, but you really set the mood there.
Absolutely.
So for you guys, right, this was obviously a difficult thing to see for your whole family going through. Are you big on dancing?
Yeah, I dance.
You dance?
He dances.
And you dance too? So you got some moves. You're
Not
like
really.
so-so. You're like the NBA player, right?
Yeah.
So when Dad dances, what do you think?
I'm like, it's cool, but like, it's not my thing.
Let him do it.
Yeah.
He's sloppy? Oh my! Oh, he's sloppy.
Yeah, I'm sloppy. I don't know how to dance at all.
But you've taken this whole thing and you've turned it into a movement.
Yes.
And when people get their diagnosis, I volunteer for a special needs organization, and I hear from parents all the time who say when they get that diagnosis, it changes their whole life, and it's an obstacle and it's a challenge to move forward. So you're now taking that and motivating parents around the country.
Absolutely. Yeah. Our motto is when we change the mind, we change the game.
Which is on your shirt right here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we looked it up. 70% of illnesses start within the mind. So if they start within the mind, that means we can end them in the mind as well too. Although medicine is great, you have to have a positive mindset in order to move forward because your mind is going to end up taking over the body. So we noticed that with Kristian, when in the hospital room, dancing, started making him happy, because they were bringing in like these ukuleles and stuff like that. And I'm hip hop, so it's like, nah, that's not gonna work for my son. And we had to shut the dance studio down, and that was my way to train as well too. So it was also, therapeutic for me. So the advice that I would give to others is use the gift that, God has given you, and it starts within your mind first. And when you change the mind, you change the game.
He is such a beautiful, happy little boy.
Thank
When
you.
you look at him now and know that he is leukemia-free, do you feel like you truly had a part in that healing?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we give all glory and God, to God first, but it was definitely like,
Look Look, he's dancing.
He's dancing. He's ready to go.
Happen.
Yeah.
Popping and locking, right?
We're just that type of family that just didn't want to give up. We weren't going to be, moping around in the hospital room. We wanted
Yeah.
to make this experience, more than what it was. Most people look at it as a negative thing. We wanted to turn it into a positive.
And he's a dancer?
Absolutely.
You know, and those who have Down syndrome, they just love different and
Yeah.
just see happiness
Yes.
all
So pure.
the time.
All the
Guys,
time.
you're gonna watch out for him, right?
Yeah, obviously.
You gonna teach him some moves too?
I think he's gonna teach them some, especially him in the middle. It's okay. We're gonna check in with you when you're like playing with the NBA, right?
Yeah.
You wanna give me a little pop and lock?
Come on, you can do it. Let's see.
You got a little dance move?
Oh, he got his head spin. They do the head spin.
The hip spin?
Head.
Head spin.
The head spin.
Oh, the
Let me
head
see a
spin?
head spin.
You can do a head spin?
He's shy. Let me see it. No.
No.
We'll do it in the commercial break, all right? Hey, thank you for coming in.
Thank you
and
all.
sharing your
It's
story,
pleasure to
inspiring
you all.
so many people.
Yeah.
Hi, bud. I like your Tim's, like father, like son here.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Say thank you. You say thank you?
Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
Oh, look at that smile.
So
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all for joining us.